Hello everyone, I'm live. Okay, so we're going to talk about this week's energy. I'm going to pull up some tarot and angel cards. If you would like to join my tarot and numerology class, it's going to be tomorrow evening, May 1st, 6:15 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. And if you would like to book in, you can go to horsemanreadings.com or you can e-transfer horsemanreadings@gmail.com, okay? So, okay, cards are definitely speaking to us. I also did a little special. So anyone that came into my membership group or my monthly membership, if you came into that before May 1st, which is 12 p.m. tonight, then you will get a free 7-minute May reading sent to your email, okay? So if you also just want a monthly May reading, because May 1st is coming up tomorrow, they're $18, so I would recommend even take advantage of the membership at $11.11 and get the free reading. Okay, so if you're hopping on, say hello. I would love to hear who's watching. And also let me know your birth date if that works for you. And I can do a little example of how we can go into some numerology and just to help you with your energy right now, okay? So right away I'm feeling like a heaviness in my chest and I'm starting to get a little stuffed up. Hello, Valerie. So yes, so you would be a perfect person someone who might want to take advantage of that because yeah, it's just a really good deal. But you have until 12 p.m. to do that, and the class is also $45 if you're interested in that. And then if you're VIP, the recording of the class for tomorrow night is then going to be available through my site if you're VIP. Okay. So yeah, I can do a little message for you if you want to give me your birth date. But as I was saying, I was feeling like a little bit of a heaviness in the chest. So this week you might find that it's a really, really fast moving week. We have a full moon on Friday, the 5th. So you can check out that video. And it's in Scorpio. So Scorpio energy is really, really sensitive. They're very psychic. They're very aware. Plus we're in Mercury retrograde. Plus the full moon is an eclipse. So that just means that there's going to be a lot of change happening after this full moon. So whatever you're releasing around that full moon, it's going to be like continuing to release. So there's going to be more healing, but also you're going to find there's going to be more energy after this full moon, which is great, okay? So it might take a little bit of time for your energy to raise, but you are going to start seeing more positive results. All right. As I was already talking about a little bit of stuff going on in the chest, a little bit of like congestion in the face, what I'm getting is just to be really mindful of what your physical body needs this week, okay? That's your heart health, that's your breathing, if there are things you shouldn't be eating, if you're consuming too much of anything. This is really going to be more of like an elimination. I'm even getting an elimination diet week. So if you're worrying if you're like reacting to gluten or something, I know what that's like. This might be a good week to just decide, okay, I'm going to take milk out, I'm going to take bread out, whatever it is, and just see if I start feeling better, okay? So health might be really important this week. So Valerie, April 20th, 1981. Okay, well, a big thing that's coming up with you when we read into the 2, and also if you want to learn more about numerology and tarot, I did underneath my Instagram, I have a pinned video of talking a little bit about what the numbers mean, like 1, 2, and 3 even. So you might find that helpful. But the fact that you have 2 in your birth date talks about partnerships, and that's a big part of your journey, okay? And also 0 represents spirit. So 0 is when we see like spirit in a number, essentially. It's telling me that like spiritual relationships in general are important to you. So like if you feel spiritually connected to me, that's a spiritual relationship, right? Because you feel like I help you with spirituality, You feel like you're drawn to me for a reason, that sort of thing. But it's not just me, it's just people in general. I feel like you really know energetically like who is right for you, who you feel really strongly towards, and in the other way too. And that's not a bad thing at all. But I'm not going to go into the 1981, but just showing you an example of how just understanding like those basic numbers, how we can start to identify with messages that are coming through. Okay, so that's a little bit about what the class is tomorrow. But again, it might be significant for you for this week as well to pay attention to those relationships. So for everyone as well. So we have Unity 5, Archangel Sandolphin, traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. I felt so tired before I came on here. And so you might find that if you're watching this, whether it's on the replay or not, or wherever you're watching this, that you might find that like this week you have to pay a bit more attention to your energy levels, as we were just talking about with health. So there's a couple things coming up around that as well. One is if you're not feeling grounded, then you're just always gonna be tired, right? Because the mind's going. You might be, if you're procrastinating doing things, sometimes like that can make you feel tired and heavy. And I almost feel like that's more what it's about. What are the things that you say that you're going to do? So I'll use myself as an example of, I know that I'm going to start running again because I've just taken a break from it. I know I'm going to get back into my yoga, also took a break from it. But it's all about divine timing as well. So just reminding yourself that like there's a difference between divine timing and procrastination, right? So if you're procrastinating, that's going to make you tired. If you're just being patient and waiting for like the timing of something to happen, then you're not going to feel tired. That's almost like how you can know, okay? So I knew that I was feeling tired coming on here because I actually knew that I was procrastinating doing that. So I'm like, okay, I need to do this. All right. But also, of course, Valerie, yes, I'm picking up on your fatigue. And because if we're full moon sensitive, which you probably are, if you're watching this, you definitely are. You might already be feeling the energy of the full moon because eclipses are a little more intense. So you're feeling the changes from the eclipses. With the Mercury retrograde stuff, you probably have more baggage going on right now. It can be tiring having relationships right now because there's like extra communication that has to happen. And talking about the same things over and over in itself is exhausting. So the better you can communicate or the better you can learn how to communicate this week will be helpful. And what I mean by that is everybody has a different communication style, right? So nonverbal communication is extremely, extremely important. So when we can read other people's energies and learn how to read people's energies, communication will be a lot more effective because we won't have to say as much. We'll be able to feel into the energy more. And then when we go to speak, people will understand us better because we'll essentially understand them better. So by feeling into other people's energies, if you have that ability to, can be really supportive for you this week. So learning more about how to do that is actually going to be fantastic, okay? Probably why I felt called to teaching. Actually, I only have one person signed up for the class right now. And so I think having a really small class can be really helpful as well because I know she is a healer and her energy is quite intense. So I feel like when we're in those smaller settings, we can accomplish more and be a bit more specific, okay? So Sandolphin, I also did a little reading talking about angels and how we can work with angels underneath Instagram. I think it was yesterday. So Sandolphin, what I get here is, again, just helping us with relationships, okay? So even though I'm saying like there's a lot of conflict, there's also a lot of healing going on with relationships this week, okay? Financially, when I go into the money of finance, when I go into the energy of finance, the High Priestess, Archangel Haniel, number 2. So money and relationships are really going to be like magical this week, I'm getting. So if you have like really good positive energy with someone it feels like you're going to be feeling really abundant with that person. If you feel like you're in a relationship, in an intimate relationship with someone, but it's not really going in the right direction, it actually feels like it could be a little soul sucking for you extra this week. And I'm not going to say that your bank account's going to be drained because of it, but it definitely feels like when you're not happy in your intimate relationship, your finances are going to play a large role, because you might be using like escapism. For instance, maybe you're gambling, drinking, even reading could be a form of escapism, but if you're doing too much of it, you're sometimes like avoiding actually doing the work with the partnership, okay? Shopping can also be another addiction. 9 of water, your wish comes true. Concerns fade away. A love life. So we were just talking about love, romance. It's going to be a good week, as I was saying, for the people who are in the right relationships. You're going to be finding that you're really like surpassing even some goals that you've created with your partner, which is great. And also it feels like trips and travel might be helpful this week. So if you can do, like, not even just with your intimacy, but just with friends and stuff, it just feels like being a bit more active. So if you golf, go golfing with a buddy or a few guys. If you like football, something like that, you can get together and talk about football, something like that. But it feels really important to not be doing the escapism, to really be working on the right people. And it's not so much the right places, it doesn't really matter, but it's more working with the right people, because that's going to actually make you successful. And I'm finding that with my clients as well. When I'm aligned with the right clients, everything's just so smooth. Abundance is always there. Like there's just no fear, no worry. But then the second I have someone who's not aligned for me, all of a sudden it's easy. It's simple to understand, okay, this just isn't aligning. I know that now. But also maybe boundaries are coming up for you with this full moon as well with your relationships. Maybe like you're settling for a relationship that's not really making you feel abundant. Maybe you are settling, if you have your own business, for clients who also aren't making you abundant. And so weighing out our pros and cons, I actually see somebody drawing a line and weighing out pros and cons about a situation. It could be an intimate relationship, because we keep talking about that, but it could be also like a change of career, a move in a new direction of some sort. That's kind of what I see. All right, so I'm not going specifically into Monday, Tuesday, that sort of thing. I just wanted general messages. So I'm going to take off now. I hope you have a fabulous week. Again, if you want to take advantage of joining the membership group, you can get the free 7-minute reading. You can even, when you go to purchase, if you have any specific questions, like if it's like love life or anything, just ask me those questions and we'll see what Spirit has to say for you. All right, love you guys and take care. Thanks so much for subscribing and being here, following me. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Take care. You're welcome.